Hello, good evening, good evening. We are live. We are live.
How's everyone doing out there tonight?
Hopefully, y'all are doing well. If you're in the Hampton Roads area, you're enjoying this heat wave that we're having. Ooh, it was hot today. Very, very hot. Hopefully, y'all are staying cool.
Yeah, 97. Not a bad showing for the heat today.
Yes, it was quite hot, and John and I watched our youngest play some soccer this afternoon. So, yeah.
That's right. Our youngest daughter is doing a soccer camp, and we went out and watched an hour and a half of scrimmage in 97 degrees summer heat.
I felt bad for the kids, but they just seemed to
they were doing great.
just roll with it. We were under a tree.
Yeah. Anyhow,
can you guys hear us?
Enough about the weather. Let us know if you can hear us. We had some issues last week that hopefully we've worked out. Yeah.
What, are we good?
Well, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait till we hear from somebody.
Yep. Yes.
Thank you, Bunny. Thank you so much. Okay.
And welcome. Thank you for commenting and letting us know.
So we can move forward. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is John Gardner, and this is my law partner and my wife, Radlin Mendoza. And we are the law firm Gardner and Mendoza.
Hello.
We are an immigration law firm. We've been in business for 22 years now. And every Wednesday we come to you, and sometimes on Thursday. We had something last night that we had to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to reschedule, but we try to do it every Wednesday from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock, and we go live. And we also have our family here on TikTok and friends and followers that we want to welcome.
Welcome. Can I just say thank you guys on TikTok for the 20,000 followers.
That's right.
Is amazing.
Radlin has 20,000 followers on TikTok.
Super excited. You guys have so many questions. I can't keep up with the questions. I wish that I could answer all of them because they are really good questions, but I really, really appreciate the support on TikTok. And of course, we have had our Facebook page and our Facebook group, and we've had our Facebook followers for such a long time, and we really appreciate you all too.
Absolutely. So we come here on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and we give you immigration updates. Sometimes we have fun, inspirational immigration stories, and most importantly, we like to answer your questions. So bring your questions. We've got answers, and let's hit it.
Well, before we do that, I think we have to do our little legal disclaimer.
Oh, that's right. The legal disclaimer.
Yes. I knew you were forgetting something.
Yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. It's weird because I've never forgotten the disclaimer, not once. The disclaimer is that what we do here is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not legal advice.
Not legal advice. Did you guys hear that?
All right.
It's not legal advice.
Right.
And even comments that we make, answering things back, not legal advice.
Not legal
Videos are not legal advice, but anyhow, our lawyers told us to say that.
That's right.
We wouldn't say that if our lawyers had not told us to say that.
The Virginia State Bar has rules against these things, and it's good.
Yeah, we don't want to be just tossing around stuff that you guys are taking as legal advice. The questions that come in here, they're 1-2 lines. And a lot of times, many times, most of the time, there's much more to the story than what is put in the comment. So
that's true. And if you don't get your question answered, if you come in late, try to rewatch it, because believe it or not, there are a lot of fact patterns that kind of repeat. So a lot of the questions that we get are the same questions that we get week after week. So if we answered one person's question, you may have an almost identical situation. And so you can benefit from the answer to their question. But Radlin's right. There are a lot of little wrinkles and details in these cases. So the only way that we really can truly answer your question is if you schedule a consultation with our office and we really dig down into the weeds, dig deep, and find out all of the details, all of the facts, and then we can give you a true analysis of what we think you should be doing.
Yeah, and even during a consultation, we say, hey, if what you're saying is true, and I haven't seen the documents yet, then it might be this, or we should proceed like this. And you would be surprised that a lot of the times the documents do not show exactly the things that were said during the consultation. But anyhow, enough of all that. We're gonna start off by answering a couple of questions, and John is going to do an inspirational immigration
Very
story,
short.
a little bit after we answer a couple of questions.
Yeah, we'll get a couple questions done and then we'll hit it.
All right. So welcome, Bunny. Thank you again for saying that you can hear us and you're the first person to comment. All right, Jasmine, let's see here. Jasmine has a good question. She says, I am waiting for my oath ceremony. It's been almost 2 months at Tampa location. What can I do? So, Jasmine, I will say that 2 months is not it's not that long of a period of time. Sometimes it takes several months before an oath ceremony is scheduled. So I wouldn't be overly concerned about that. If you have local counsel, you might have counsel inquire. And I mean, if they said, hey, yeah, Jasmine, we're going to schedule you for swearing in next week, and it's been 2 months, even then I wouldn't be overly concerned because a couple of months is not super long time to wait. So if you are concerned and if it goes past, 3-4 months, then you may want to make an inquiry. You still can make an inquiry now and try to find out what's up. But a couple of months is not super long. Hang in there. You're almost there. You're almost there.
That's right.
Do not get any type of reckless driving tickets while you're out there.
Yeah, don't. We that's one of the things that we see. We try to always warn people about. There are a lot of small things that may not be a bar to your immigration case. It's not like you can't become a citizen if you have these convictions, but if you have any kind of good behavior period or you're on any kind of probation, then your case is going to basically be on hold until that period ends. And so
they're not going to hold the case either.
Until you are totally done.
Right.
Just play it super safe.
Play it super safe. Just walk around in a bubble and don't speed.
Yeah. Don't speed.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. This is Bunny. She has a very long question. Why don't you read that and I'll read it, or you read it. Can you see it?
Yeah. So it says, my husband and I are currently petitioned by our daughter, who is a U.S. citizen, but is residing in the Philippines. We have a co-sponsor, which is her grandpa, my father. My husband was recently DQ'd, but mine was not even if we have the same file sent uploaded. NVC is asking for my co-sponsor to submit every 2020 W-2 1099 from even if we submitted the tax return and tax transcript for that year. My father could not locate the missing W-2 1099. What should we do? Sorry.
No. So we have a missing W-2. Where can we get a W-2? Employer? Can you go back to the employer from 2020? That wasn't too long ago, and try to see if they have the 2020.
Right. If you filed taxes, your W-2 would have been submitted with your tax return. So you could also try to get it from the IRS if you filed taxes with that W-2. Perhaps the accounting firm that prepared the taxes, if it was a company who did it, would probably have a copy of that as well.
So they're saying, so if you can't locate it, those are my only two suggestions for, trying to go back to the person who prepared it or your employer. But what about on the transcript? I mean, the transcript is the only the 1040. It's not necessarily the W-2/1099. So I would, if he hasn't done that, gone back to his employer, I would try that. But whatever they ask for, Bunny, and for all of you who are listening in, whatever the NVC asks for, even, you and your husband had the same exact case and mirror case, and husband is, ready, it's DQ'd, but yours is stuck and they're still asking for just submit it. Every case is different, even if they're filed together, even if they're on the same track. And in order to get out of NVC jail, you have to give them exactly what they want. So that would be.
And you can find it if the employer doesn't have it and the tax preparer doesn't have it. Again, there's a copy that would have had to have been submitted with your 1040. So the IRS has it for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Let's grab a couple of questions on TikTok with our 20,000 followers. Hip, hip, hooray.
So first up is Geneva25, who wants to know if you know how long it takes for a tourist visa from the Philippines to come to the U.S.
I have not recently checked tourist visa processing times, how long it's taking. I know it's taking, over 8, 9, 10 months. The last time I checked was probably a month ago. So what that means is you put in your application and then they'll schedule you for an interview sometime out in the future. I don't know exactly how many days that is right now for Manila as of today, but it's fairly easy to look up the how long it takes for each embassy. A Google search.
Google search. Okay.
Okay, grab that.
And also, next question up was, can you petition for a stepchild before petitioning for a spouse?
Yes, you can. Make sure you meet the requirements. And if you're petitioning for a stepchild, you and the parent of the child, you all need to have been married prior to that child turning 18. So, but yes, you can.
All right.
Mercedes thanks us for the chance to ask questions about immigration. You're very welcome. All right, here's another one here. It's pretty long as well. Pop it up. I won't because it's covering us. You got to see us.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah, sure.
Despite my jumbled read last time. It is far away for me, but I've got it. Hi, attorney. My father-in-law petitioned my husband, and now he's been 1 decade green card holder. My question is, I read the N-600, if I'm not mistaken, in the website of USCIS. If one of your parents is already a U.S. citizen before you turn 18, you are already a U.S. citizen. You just need to file the N-600 to prove your citizenship. But my father-in-law didn't know about the N-600, so he just petitioned him. If it's true, can my husband file the N-600, or is it too late for him?
So if it's true and your husband meets all of the requirements for deriving U.S. citizenship from his dad, then it's true, right? But there's some, things that we need to know. It sounds like you're saying that dad became a citizen prior to the child turning 18, but where was your husband at that point in time? Was he back home? Was he here? So there's a lot, I would have to take a look at that and analyze it and just make sure that, yes, he does meet all the requirements. I wouldn't be able to tell you just from this question. I would need to know more facts about the situation. But yeah, if it's true, that's correct. But I would absolutely 100% make sure. I will go ahead and tell kind of an embarrassing story. When I was a new attorney, is one of my cousins wanted me to represent her in her naturalization case. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, great. So I filed the N-400 and we got to the interview, and the Officer Siebert, he's not there anymore. This is many, many years. It was probably 20 years ago, maybe. He's looking at it and he's like, it looks like you're already a U.S. citizen. It looks like you're already a citizen because your mom naturalized prior to turning age 18. And I must not have known that at the time, right? When I was a newborn. And so the Officer Siebert was kind enough to just swear my cousin in on that day and not make us file the N-600. So they do not do that anymore. No. That just does not happen anymore. But yeah, it all worked out. But what could have happened there is that the officer can be like, I'm going to have to deny the N-400 because it appears that you're already a U.S. citizen. and you're going to have to file another N-600. But I could have said, hey, look, we don't have the proof. We can't show that. But anyway, so.
Yeah, this is actually a perfect opportunity. I won't spend a lot of time on it because we have a lot of questions and we want to get to the questions. But the inspiration story that we were going to tell, we went to see Dave Matthews, the Dave Matthews Band, here in Virginia Beach, which is where our office is located. I didn't mention that earlier. We are in Virginia Beach, Virginia, on the East Coast of the United States. And I say East Coast of the United States. I always say that every week because we have clients all over the country and all over the world, and some of them actually may not even know where Virginia Beach is. So I want to, give them a visual. But we were at the Dave Matthews concert, and we loved Dave Matthews when we were in law school. We used to listen to him all the time, and in the early 2000s, he was a huge, very, very big band. He still is, but that was his heyday. But in any event, he was born in Johannesburg, South Africa, and then his parents came to the United States, and his father died of cancer. But when he was 15 years old, his mother naturalized. She became a U.S. citizen, and in 1980, then he became a U.S. citizen because of her citizenship. So he derived citizenship from her. And then shortly thereafter, he moved to Charlottesville, Virginia, of all places, where he was a bartender at a place called Miller's. And then he started a band there in Charlottesville with some fellow friends. And the rest, as they say, is history. But what a great story. So he's here in the United States. He's a U.S. citizen, and coattails of mom naturalizing. So
that's right. Absolutely. Great segue. And so what are the statistics though? He's the number one.
He's the only artist to have 6 consecutive albums debut at number 1 on the Billboard charts. The only band ever.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super cool. So check out Dave Matthews if you get a chance. Born in Johannesburg, foreign band in Charlottesville, Virginia. That's a great immigration story.
Yeah, that is a great immigration story. And maybe an even more important lesson to all of you out there who have not filed for citizenship yet, and you have children here in the United States, they're lawful permanent residents, and you haven't filed for citizenship yet, but you are eligible. And if your children are under the age of 18, they may be able to derive U.S. citizenship from you, their citizenship, and not have to file the N-400 to get their own citizenship in the future. So if you don't do it for yourself, as I like to say, do it for your children, because they will thank you that they don't have to go through this process and don't even have to think about it. Trust me, the kids who did not derive from their parents and they could have, they have to go through this process. They have to file the N-400. It's taking over a year now. They have to study for that test. And, sometimes it can hold them back in getting certain jobs and progressing in certain jobs as well. So just think about them.
Yep.
That's what I'd say.
Absolutely. All right. Back to the questions.
Back to the questions. You want to grab the questions over there?
Yeah, real quick question here. What is the green card process for an American citizen petitioning for their parents?
So there are 2 ways that this can be done. Okay. And before I get into that, U.S. citizens can petition for their parents and help them immigrate to the United States through that petition. Lawful permanent residents cannot. You have to be a U.S. citizen in order to petition for your parents. But if your parents are abroad, the first step is to file the I-130 petition. That is the first step. Once that's approved, you go to the National Visa Center processing. Once everything is done there, then you have to wait for an interview to be scheduled. So that's essentially the process. Your parent goes to the interview. They are issued the immigrant visa. They come to the United States on the immigrant visa. As soon as they enter the United States, they are lawful permanent residents of the United States. That's one way to do it. If your parent happens to be here in the United States on some type of visa, typically a tourist visa, and we do a lot of these types of cases, then it's a different process where you can file the petition concurrently with the adjustment of status. Parents remain here in the United States while this process is ongoing. and they get issued the green card. So 2 different ways. Both start off with filing the I-130 petition. If your parents are here on a tourist visa, that has to be, it should be, doesn't have to be, but you should file it concurrently with the green card application. One of the biggest mistakes that we see for self-filers is your parents are here and they're on a tourist visa. You file the I-130 petition, send it off, and you wait for that petition to get approved, and then you file the green card application. That is not the correct way to do it. But if you need help with that, we'll be happy to help you. We love doing parent cases.
Mhm.
They are usually done without an interview. And if you are here in the United States for adjustment of status, you will have an interview if you're abroad. All right.
That's right. And as I said, wherever you are, we have clients all over the country. We have clients all over the world. So wherever you are, we can absolutely represent you and help you out easily. Okay.
All right. So should you tell folks how to get in touch with us if they want to reach out?
Sure. If you want to
I
give
will
us,
put the annoying ticker banner on.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to message us, it's info@gmlaw.net. You can obviously join our Facebook page here, or you can call us at 757-464-9224. And if you are out of the state, if you're out of the country, we do everything through Zoom and DocuSign, and there's all this wonderful technology that makes it really, really easy for us to work with you if you're not right here.
Yep.
Even our clients who are here, that's how we work with them, because it's quite honestly, it's just more efficient.
Yeah. So the technologies that we use in order to serve our clients, of course, we've always done. We didn't use Zoom. Previous to Zoom, we were using Skype.
That's right.
But we use Zoom now. We think it's a better product. We have our immigration software system, which is called Nutranet, and we send you login, and then you upload all of your documents as well as fill out questionnaires. And we also, as John said, we use DocuSign for signatures. We use ShareFile in order if you want to share large files, and for us to share files back and forth. So those are some of the things, the technology that we use and the software that we use in order to serve you all wherever you may be. And of course, we have always, from the inception of our law firm, served clients who are not in our jurisdiction because it's immigration law, and
Right.
our clients are often not here.
Right. It's federal law, so it doesn't matter what state we are in or what state you're in. And we use things like ShareFile because we want everything to be safe and secure. That's a concern that some folks have. Everything that we do is absolutely secure.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Got a good question from Michael. Michael, great to see you again. The fiance visa process was just extended from 13 months to 13 and a half. Do you expect the process to continue to take longer? I thought they were hiring more workers to help. Yes, that came out of my mouth, that they were hiring more workers to assist. And I heard that from the USCIS panel at the immigration conference a few weeks ago, or about a month ago. So that is correct, that they are supposed to be hiring people to help get rid of this backlog. But Michael, I suspect that it's going to take more time than just, a couple of months to do that. I'm sure they're trying and they're working on it, but yeah, sorry that it's taken that long. And hopefully, I don't know where you are in that 13 and a half month wait, but hopefully you're at the beginning, and that time frame changes for you. But thank you for joining again. We know you've been here before.
Yeah, and we recognize the Dome of the Rock there.
Yeah, that's right. Dome of the Rock.
Very cool.
All right.
Okay, here's a question. Demar75 says, do you do criminal defense for undocumented immigrants? I'll answer that question. I'm not sure. If you're talking about a removal case, that's something different, and we would need to refer you to somebody for that. But if you're talking about having a criminal or traffic charge and you just happen to be undocumented, then yes, absolutely, that is something that we can help you out with. And you really should have counsel for that, because going to jail is obviously a really dangerous. It's a horrible thing for anyone. If you're undocumented, it also carries additional dangers. And you really want to be careful with a criminal record, even if you are undocumented, because every time there's been any kind of immigration reform, anything has ever changed, there are always rules about who's eligible, and they always involve something with criminal charges. That's always one of the things you got to check, is that you haven't been convicted of X, Y, or Z. And so you want to make sure to get some professional help to make sure that you don't inadvertently do something that you could have avoided that then bars you in the future from having an immigration avenue available to you.
Absolutely. So I saw a question up there, and I'm probably taking out of order, but someone on TikTok said, "Hey, my friend's N400 has been pending since 2018. That's kind of long, right?" Yes, that is long. That is a long wait. That's 4 years. Something's not right there. Something needs to happen. Maybe it's a lawsuit. Maybe it's inquiries. Maybe it's a lawyer, a congressional liaison. But yes, I would say that's too long. If they need help with any of those things, we're happy to help with that.
All right, I'm scrolling back to the top. We have a lot of questions here.
We have a lot of questions, which is awesome. I love it when we have a lot of questions.
Yep.
Sometimes we can't get to all of them, but we will absolutely try. But thank you all for your questions, because your questions are going to help other people when we answer them. So,
and I'm scrolling here on TikTok because I want to get back to I want to try to take them in the order that they came in. All right.
Okay, so Farheen says, my parents have their immigration interview coming up. What types of questions should they expect? Farheen is joining us from YouTube. All right. So Farheen, your parents, your parents should be ready to answer every single one of the questions on the green card application, the I-485 application. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and just ask them all of the questions on the I-485 so that they can practice answering them and not feel nervous. Okay, kind of do like an interview mock prep for them. They also will be asked questions on the I-130 petition. And so it's really about the application. When parents are interviewed, it's not really, the relationship is there on the birth certificate. So they're not going to typically ask for proof of a bona fide parent, child relationship. If you are if they are on your birth certificate and your parents are married, they're typically not going to ask those types of questions. So I would definitely just help them with the I-45 and the I-130 questions, and they should be good to go. All right.
All right. I see here somebody weighed in. They had the same advice that we had, but just we're being backed up. Michael, maybe he does some accounting. He said the transcript is a copy of your filed taxes, not the W-2. You would have to contact your employer or payroll provider. Those were the two places that we also recommended. So that's a third person that's giving the same advice. So that's good.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you, Michael. I don't know what
Thanks.
your tax background is, but perhaps you're an accountant.
Thank you.
Do something with that.
All right. Can we grab a question over there?
Okay. Wonderlust wants to know, I was born in Mexico. I crossed the border 4 times, and then I was detained. I have a citizen wife and 2 kids. Can I apply? So I guess their question is what remedies may they have available, even though they are undocumented and were detained entering the country?
Wife is a citizen, right?
Yep.
And
have 2 children.
Possibly provisional waiver, which is a process that we do a lot for people who fall into that same fact pattern. And we'd have to basically find out full facts during a consultation and see what, other than provisional waiver, maybe there's something else. If your spouse was in the military, maybe parole in place. We have to make sure that, with provisional waiver, that we can send you back home and there's nothing else that's going to make you inadmissible that the provisional waiver does not cover. So you really need to, either give us a call at our office, and that's 757-464-9224. Or, if you're not in our area and you feel more comfortable talking to someone that's in your geographical area, please do, because you could be getting a green card through your spouse, and you just don't know it yet. You just don't know how or the process, but it could very much be available to you. So please reach out to us.
Yes. I give this advice every week. It's like a broken record, but this is such an important thing in your life. Again, as Radlin said, if it's not us for whatever reason, that's fine. I mean, we obviously hope that you call us because we want to help you, and we know that we can analyze your case and do a very professional job doing that. But if for some reason you don't want to contact us, contact somebody that is also a professional immigration lawyer, because you really want to make sure that you know what the options are, that you're getting sound advice, and that you're taking the proper first steps. It's so important. It's well worth any consultation fee that you'll have to pay to get the right advice. We see a lot of cases that have been started wrong, or they've made mistakes that are fatal, things that we're trying to fix.
Yeah.
It's not just self-filers. Sometimes it's just, advice from maybe a lawyer who doesn't really do immigration, but kind of dabbles in it here and there. You don't want somebody who dabbles in immigration. You want somebody who that's all they do, and that's all they've done for a long time. Okay.
Yep.
Please just trust me on this. Okay. I promise you.
I mean, we get a lot of inquiries. I mean, we have hundreds of people contact our office every month, hundreds upon hundreds of people. And there are a group of people, there's a percentage of those people who call, and we charge $275 for up to 1 hour consultation. And that's a virtual consultation. It's done through Zoom or however you want to meet with us. Today I met with somebody through WhatsApp, but there are a percentage of people who say $275 is too much for them to spend for their immigration case, which, again, as John said, it is one of the most important things that you're going to have to go through in your life if you are going through it. And I think $275 is quite reasonable. All right, enough of that. Let's see here.
Yeah, and while you're analyzing that, I'll just comment on this. X Lantern, while we're talking about lawyers, says that my friend's mom has been paying a lawyer now for years and still nothing. So this could be a classic example of maybe somebody who doesn't quite know what they're doing or how to proceed with the case. And maybe it's just a case where there's a long delay and there's nothing the lawyer can do. Right. That certainly happens. But we have all flat fees in our law firm. So right from the beginning how much you're going to be paying for the case. So this is not ever an issue with us that you're paying, and the case is just sitting still. Right from the beginning what it's going to be. So I just wanted to get that out of the way there.
Okay, hold up a second. My cousin is on here, and I haven't. Hi, Michelle.
Michelle, how's
it going? My cousin, have not seen my cousin in a really long time, so now I see her here. So she says, I am thinking about, hello cousins, I'm thinking about getting my dual citizenship. How complicated is this process? In other words, do I have to take a test? So from my understanding, cuz, there is no test to get dual citizenship. I don't exactly know what the process is. That is Philippine immigration process. My brother has dual citizenship. Both of my parents have dual citizenship. And I think that it's something that you can do. I feel like I read that there might have been a cutoff date, like you had to be born in 1974 or after, which would make you out because you
don't go there,
Michelle, are almost 50.
And even if there's a test, Michelle, I have no doubt that you could ace it.
Yeah. You just,
whatever it is,
you just, just like, yes, Imelda Marcos, lots of shoes. That's the answer. All right. Anyhow, hi, cuz. Great to see you. We need to get together. All right. Do you want to grab a question? We should do one there and one here.
So this question we already answered. So Farheen 2017 says my parents have their immigration
Oh, he
interview.
popped over here. He
Oh,
popped
okay.
over.
Was it
Yep.
the same one? Okay, I
Yep.
wasn't sure. I was going to say that question was answered by somebody else because, like I said at the beginning, we get a lot of questions that are very similar.
Bonita
1298 says I've submitted my application for citizenship and I've been waiting 2 years already.
So, Benita, I would, where is the application? That's my question. And then look up processing times. If it's outside of processing times, then you can make an inquiry. You can reach out to your congressperson and have them make an inquiry for you. And if that doesn't work, then you could sue them to take action on your case. So we're happy to assist you with any of those things. If you want to go to our immigration page, it's called Live Love Immigration. If you want to hop on over to Facebook, there's a link there to it. And pinned to the top of that page are the instructions on how to reach out to your congressperson with regard to an issue like this. So jump on over.
And Joe Mac Florida here has weighed in and said tax preparer. This is funny to me. This first question we had about the W-2.
Yes.
We have a lot of people that have some ideas for where to go to look for that.
And
yes.
you guys are still here. That's awesome.
Tax
That was
preparer,
one of the
that's
very first questions, and you guys are still here. Very, very good. We must be like semi-entertaining and helpful.
So thank you, Joe
Probably
Mac
helpful
Florida, for that input.
Okay, so Phil has a question. I'm not sure. Let's see here. He says 200. Does that say 200? I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Which processes NVC, Embassy US can be expedited, and is financial hardship and legitimate reason to expedite?
Well, that's a really cool photo there of the moon. I wonder where that is. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So you can try to expedite at all 3 stages. What are legitimate reasons? I think that people who want their cases expedited, they all believe that they are legitimate reasons. But extreme financial hardship is certainly one of them. Some of the ones that are not, from our experience, having a baby is not a reason to expedite. And again, it sounds like this is a case that you're doing immigrant visa petition, but it is tough to get. It's tough to get things expedited. I think it's, you kind of know it when you see it, when you hear it, and also you have to try, right? What is a legitimate reason to expedite? Tell me what it is. Tell me what's going on in your life, and we can try to make it as strong as possible for them to consider expediting your case. So hopefully that helps. In the employment realm, we can ask for an expedited case if it is a healthcare worker, if there's any kind of connection to assisting with COVID, which is still a thing now. I mean, it has not gone away, unfortunately. We expedited a J-1 visa for a nanny who was coming to work with 2 emergency room doctors at the height of COVID. So that got through very, very quickly. So it just depends on the type of case, and it depends on your legitimate reason to expedite. Hopefully that helps. All right. Next.
That one, yeah. So see if you can figure out a little confused with this. Ivan wants to know, I'm having my interview this August, ma'am, sir, but my marriage certificate is late registered. Will this be a problem?
Well, I mean, it depends on how late it is and why it was late. Well, I mean, what's the reason for the late registration, and how late did you register? I think that if it's really late, that it could raise issues as to the legitimacy of the validity of that marriage. So,
all right.
Those are my 2 follow-up questions. And Aunt Jill is here. Hello.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jill. Great to see you.
Yes. It's my aunt joining us from South Florida. Good to see you, Auntie.
Tell Uncle we said hello.
Yes, tell Uncle we said hello.
All right. It's always good to see family members. Because, when we started, I feel like it was just only family members who came to our live
That's
stream.
Right. Aunt Jill was one of our very
And
first
now
followers. Thanks, Jill.
we don't even see them anymore. But that's family. When you really need them the most, they're there. That's
right.
The great thing about family. All right. Let's see here. I'm a green card holder, marked my 3 years living here in U.S., married for 4 years. Can I take citizenship before this year ends? Great dress, Shellen. All right. Let me read that again, because sometimes when I read things, I'm not actually paying attention. Did you ever do that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't know what I was thinking about. I think I was thinking about Jill and Frank and like family.
I was thinking what the combo was there, like Shelby and
Shell. Okay, yeah. We're only going to answer this question, Shellen, if you tell us what your parents' names are and what are the combination of names that they combined. Okay, well, I'm just kidding. We're going to answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Green card holder. 3 years living here in the United States, married for 4 years. Can I take that? Okay. So it depends on, if you're saying that you have had your green card for 3 years and that you have been married for at least 3 years to your U.S. citizen spouse who has been a U.S. citizen spouse for at least 3 years, then yes, you can file for your citizenship. So it's 333, 333, and subtract 90 days just to confuse you guys. You can actually apply at 2 years and 9 months. You can apply 90 days early for citizenship. So if you are in the 5-year camp, you can apply at 4 years and 9 months. And Shellen, it looks like you can if you meet the requirements that I just mentioned. Okay, hopefully that helps.
Mm-hmm. Shellen, Radlin.
Or Linda. That's mom's name.
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay, what do you think the first name is? Shelby.
That's what I said.
Dad is Shelby.
That's what I said earlier. Shelby and
Erlinda.
And Erlinda. There you go.
Okay, Shellen, come on. Tell us what your parents' names are. I know that's a combination parent name.
Yes, this is a Filipino thing. We know all about that.
So I'm Radlin. My dad is Conrado, and my mom is Erlinda. So Radlin.
Yep. Okay, so med school whiz here wants to know, and that's good. We need med school whizzes.
We need med school whizzes.
Med school whiz wants to know, is proof of income required for the K-1 visa to be approved?
No. However, you do need to file the I-134 affidavit of support at the time of the interview. Okay.
All right.
I answered the question. I can go on and just talk and stuff about that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I just want to address our followers here on TikTok. Well, some of the earlier questions I know for a fact have scrolled off and are gone now because there were a couple that caught my eye.
We are sorry for that because we're kind of going back and forth. And
if you can resubmit them, maybe we'll get back to them. I know that somebody had asked if their fiance could come here on a tourist visa.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
While they were here on the tourist visa, could they go ahead and get married? And I thought you may want to address that because that's that.
I don't want to address that again.
That's that thorny.
I can't answer this question again.
This is a question,
I won't.
It comes up every single week. It's just obviously something that everybody out there thinks about as well.
Yeah. It's a good question. I'm just kidding. I love answering this question.
I know you do.
In fact, marriage, adjustment of status, marriage cases is the number one type of case that we do at Gardner Mendoza. Am I right in saying that?
You are right in saying that.
Okay, so I love answering this question. I want to answer the question when the fiance gets here. Can I do that?
Yes.
Can you get here first and then I'll answer the question?
You have to wait till you get here, then we'll answer the question. It's a thorny issue, to be sure.
It's a thorny issue.
Right. And we're hesitant to address it. Every week we get this question, and it's something we really don't like to address because
There's a lot of nuance.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, there are a lot of nuances. So, can you get married? Yes, you can get married. Can she stay, or he possibly? There's just the issue is if you come in on a tourist visa,
right,
your intent is that you are a visitor. Okay. When you get married after entering the United States on a tourist visa, and depending on when you get married and the time frame, that can be seen as impermissible immigrant intent. And what did you tell the port of entry officer when you entered the United States? So what's the purpose of your trip? Did you say, oh, well, I'm coming in to get married? Well, if you said that, you're going back. You're not coming into the United States. Maybe.
It's
true. Yeah.
The concern is using a tourist visa as just sort of like a
way to circumvent.
A way to get into the country, and knowing that, once I'm there, I'll get married, and then we'll just do it that way.
Right. Now, people do it all the time. But again, you have to.
If you're getting a tourist visa, your intent entering the country is to be a tourist.
Right. So it's tricky.
And
call us. We'll elaborate.
If you end up getting married while you're here, then call us. We'll take it from there.
Or if your fiance is here before you get married, call us.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. This is from Becky. Becky says, "What a beautiful picture.
That's
love
cool.
That art.
Yeah, I love it too. Nice.
And the dress, all of it. Love the whole look and
you got to
feel
tell
of
us
the
where
photo.
that is, Becky. We always like to look at what's behind somebody on these photos and then get some information about it.
Okay. Thank you for hosting this. You're very welcome. After OPT has expired with a month left, excuse me, how long does it take to approve an H-1B? Would a for-profit be able to
apply for an F1? Or is a nonprofit the best bet since it's almost September?
So the issue here is the cap, right? The issue here is the H-1B cap. And, Becky, whether if a nonprofit applies for you, whether they can skirt the cap, cap exempt, and you can start working. But so to answer your question, yes, it would be better if a cap exempt organization filed for you and you'd be able to start working. If that is your question, I mean, I think that's your question. Let me know if I'm right about that. But if you have a cap subject petitioner, then you would have to wait to get for the cap season, which is starts April 1st of 2023. The picture is from a wall in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we have been there. So cool. We were there for a wedding for one of our interns.
That's right. I'm from Akron, Ohio originally, and one of our old interns, she got married in Grand Rapids. So we flew up to hang out with my parents, and then we drove up to Grand Rapids for the wedding, spent the night, and came back. It was a lot of fun. So we've been to Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
You, us, and Gerald Ford. 4 famous Grand Rapids folks. Okay.
Okay. So, Becky, hopefully that answers your question. If not, let me know. All right. Answer the question. Fantastic. But yeah, make sure that they're cap exempt truly. All right. Can I grab a...
Yeah. So Taz wants to, my husband's green card is lost and the interview next month. His interview is next month for citizenship. What should he tell them?
That it's lost. If you lose your green card, go to your N400 interview. They ask for the green card. I'm sorry, I lost it. They will have you complete a form that says you lost your green card and you have to sign it. If it was stolen, they might ask you if you filed a police report. But yes, all you have to do is say that it was lost. No worries.
All right, there you go, Taz. Hope that helps. Do you want to grab one more here? Or do you want to take one of those over there?
Sure. Let's see here. This is an interesting question. Nikki says, I'm a Jamaican citizen and I got married to a U.S. citizen in my country, but after she returned, she never contacted me again. Can I file for abandonment? Now, that is going to be in the realm of family law, and probably family law perhaps in Jamaica if you are not here in the U.S. So I do not know the answer to that question.
I don't either.
I'm sorry. We love Jamaica. We've been twice.
Mm-hmm.
We went when we were young and in love. Now we're old and in love.
We should go back sometime.
Older, not old, but we're
Older.
older. Yes.
Older.
We've been to Bob Marley's house.
We have been to Bob Marley's house. And like a lot of famous people, I was sort of surprised and touched by sort of how humble it was. It's like the Hemingway house or Faulkner's house in Oxford, Mississippi. You expect it to be some massive mansion because of how famous the person was. And then you see that it was nice, but more modest than I would have expected. So made me like Bob even more.
Not McMansions like we have here.
No, those folks were different.
We do not have a McMansion.
People were built differently, I guess.
We just have a mansion. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Do you want to grab with those questions?
Okay,
we do not have a
so,
mansion. That is absolutely not
Lady
true.
Herrera wants to know, and this is interesting. I got pregnant before marrying my husband. Will that affect my I-130?
No, it should not. Possibly the affidavit of support, because there will be another person on the affidavit of support.
That's great. Make sure to come again soon. Humble beginnings. Yes.
Humble beginnings.
We will definitely come back. Both times that we've been to Jamaica, we've had a wonderful, wonderful time.
We were
in law school. We went to Montego Bay.
Montego Bay, yes.
And then we had a friend who was Jamaican, and
law school.
He took us to Kingston. He drove us to Kingston, and we spent a day there. And then he drove us
the
back
place
to
I want to be.
You know,
that
was one of the most dangerous drives we've ever had. Only because of his driving. It was outrageously fast and reckless. It's a miracle.
We were young and reckless back then.
Yes.
3 kids later, not so much.
And then when we went back, we were on the southern coast, Treasure Beach, where a place called Jake's, which was kind of a out of the way,
artsy fartsy,
no air conditioning,
Yeah,
it was one of those places. It was fantastic.
It was the beginning of those places where it's pretty bare bones, but it's twice the amount.
You pay twice as much for half the stuff.
It was awesome though.
It was fantastic.
What was it called? Treasure?
I think it was called Treasure Beach.
Treasure Beach. Okay.
I could be totally wrong about that. There was a river there too.
Love Jamaica. Love Jamaican food. Oxtails.
Okay.
We already ate, right? Okay. Let me grab this question real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, and Philip has been here before. I recognize the photo. Okay. I petitioned my wife as fiance visa in 2019. Last 2021, we filed for removal of condition. And the last update we got on the letter is that they will use my wife's previous biometrics in 2019 again. Up to now, we have not received any updates, and we just want to know how long does it usually take for removal of conditions for green card? It takes forever. Don't worry. Let's see here. 2021 filed for removal of the condition. So if you filed in November of 2021, then you should have gotten a letter, a receipt that says, hey, this is your receipt for the I-751. Your lawful permanent resident status is renewed or extended for 24 months. So that would be November of 2023, if I'm reading this correctly. So it does take a really long time, Philip, for the removal of conditions. It always has taken a long time, but it's taking 3 times as long as it used to. Once I asked one of our colleagues who was an immigration officer, and I said, why does this 751 take so long? And her response was, it's because you already have status and we're doing the other cases first. Like, we're processing the initial green cards first. You already have your green card. So you're good, right? We're extending it. It's fine. It's okay. You'll be okay. That was basically her answer, because you already have a green card and we are extending it. So what's the big deal? That's her answer. So try not to worry about it. It does take a long time. It's taking up to 2 years, believe it or not. But remember, for all of those out there who are in the same situation as Philip, remember that you still can file for U.S. citizenship when it is time for you to file for U.S. citizenship, even if that I-751 is not yet approved. That is a big thing. Don't wait. All right. What do we have over there? I know we have so many questions on TikTok. We really need to probably split this group up.
Unknown had a question that we already got to. Do I need to file an N-600 form in order to get my U.S. citizenship if I came at the age of 17 through my parent?
Do I need to file? Yeah. Do I need to file? Well, it depends on your parent. I mean, is parent a citizen?
Right. That was going
to be. Did you come in as a lawful permanent resident? I mean, lots of questions there. We can help with that.
Give us a call.
We are awesome for doing this. Thank you so much.
You guys are awesome for doing this.
Appreciate the love.
Thank you for that.
Yes, grab a couple questions because I don't think we have any more.
There's another one here. My sister-in-law's DACA is up, and she's currently married to a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get her green card through marriage to the U.S. citizen. Call us. We want to help with that. We love adjusting DACA.
What you have to do for that case is you have to call Gardner and Mendoza.
That's right. 757-464-9224 on TikTok. There's a link. So give us a call. We would be so happy to help with that.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh, man. Yeah. Lots of thanks for the roses, Melissa. Yeah.
So my husband is paying child support. If we file together, will all my and my daughter's money go to her?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I'm not sure I understand that question either. I'm sorry about that.
Here comes our timekeeper. Let's grab.
I got approved for my waiver last October, but still haven't gotten an appointment.
It's taken a really long time. If we're talking about a provisional waiver, it's taken a really long time to get an appointment. Hang in there. That's not unusual, especially for now. And our timekeeper is here, Ray Gardner. Ray is looking like a mess. She played crazy soccer today. Look at this girl. Look at this girl. She's our timekeeper. She comes on every Wednesday or Thursday, as it is today, to tell us that it's time to end our live stream because we could go on and on and on, and we absolutely would.
She tells us when the hour's up. She's our timekeeper. She did soccer camp all week. Love it. As a former soccer player myself.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for all of your amazing questions. Yep. You really brought the questions this time, and we love that.
Yep, absolutely.
We absolutely love that. So 2 thumbs up. We will see you next time. We may not be here on Wednesday, but we are probably going to have to pick another day for next week. Yep. Or actually just
we're going to see
on the next Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going to see what we can work out. It may just be 2 weeks from now rather than a week. Okay.
All right. 2 thumbs up. Is it bright out here?
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
And
Bye, guys.
Oh, shoot.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.